your party has delved into the dark, deep dungeons of the Lich Sulziak. Only a torch to light the long halls and enormous, seemingly endless structures. Then they hear the skittering of small feet, and their torchlight reflects back eyeballs in the darkness. They scatter everywhere, and soon they realize they're being stalked by... I have dark vision! I want to see what it is! What is it? Show me what it is! What if I told you? Okay, some of you might be ahead of me here and are saying, yeah, Jacob, I actually read the rules. I didn't just play dark vision incorrectly for years until discovering the actual wording of the book. And now I use it correctly and dark vision isn't super powerful in my games. And you can just blissfully continue with your dark tunnels and scary stealthing monsters. But there might be some of you who are like, dark vision is strong and powerful and I hate it, and why does every race get it? Which, like, yeah, I know, right? These are the only guys who don't get dark vision. Not having dark vision is more of a disability for these races, since all of these guys can just see in the dark. Well, correction, they can kinda see in the dark. Dark vision doesn't give you perfect night sight. It gives you the ability to see in dim light as if it were bright light, or in darkness as if it were dim light. Which means with dark vision, in pitch black, your character wouldn't see this.
Hello? I'm here for the study session.
They would see this.
I've come for your spell books.
Why is this important? Well, it's the specification of dim light. If your character is perceiving while in dim light, they have disadvantage on perception checks. Okay, big deal. I can still make out shapes and whatnot, but not if monsters are stealthing. Creatures technically can't stealth in dim light because it's lightly obscured, and in order to hide in lightly obscured areas, you need the skulker feat, so you can really only attempt to hide in heavily obscured areas. But if the monsters are, say, trying to stealth in a dungeon where the characters are kind of moving through it and they have places that they could reasonably hide, and aw darn, you rolled an 11 to your stealth roll and everybody in the party has 15 passive perception for some reason, then let me direct you to something beautiful. Page 175 of the PHB. In myth and legend, it is known as Dark Vision's Bane. If you have disadvantage on an ability check, subtract 5 from your passive score. That means everybody in that party would effectively have a 10 in passive perception instead of a 15, meaning that 11 would succeed as a stealth roll. Not only this, but this would also apply to traps, puzzles, and just general, features and secrets hidden within the dungeon. With everybody's passive perception being lowered by 5, having light and a torch actually really helps, because then your passive perception in that bright light or dim light area, if you have dark vision, would add a +5 to your passive perception. Also, dark vision has a range. Normally it's about 60 feet, unless you're a drow or you have that warlock invocation. And if there are ever any monsters beyond this radius, creatures fighting those monsters are technically blinded, so they have disadvantage on attack rolls. Dark vision doesn't just light up an entire room. There's so much more nuance to it that you can use as a dungeon master to hurt your players and make darkness powerful. Am I getting overly excited over the prospect of darkness? Probably. Is this video just a PSA to all the DMs out there to make their dungeons a little bit more interesting and not worry about the players being constantly able to see everything in a room? Yes. Is there anything more to this? Look, just remember the rule, incorporate it into your dungeons. Don't be super annoying about it. Make sure the players know that it's like a mechanic. Like, explain it to them so you're not just like, haha, well, you're not succeeding the stealth checks because it's dark inside. If a character doesn't understand entirely how their dark vision works, you as a DM should explain that. Make the light cantrip and torches actually useful. And also, check out the video sponsor, Fables. Fables is a subscription-based service that will give members access to an episodic adventure. The first ever Grim Hollow adventure, Citadel of the Unseen Sun, is the first one to release. A realm of eternal night where the sun has vanished from the sky and vampires rule the land. You can check this out with the link down below.